you somewhere in the tower, maybe at the top, and this tower will be used with yourself. You have to implement something in your model in the tower that represents yourself, your strength, your basic strength, your basic ability you have. Something like that. Okay. Your best competence you have. The time is 10 minutes.
Speaking, I'm working on a sustainable development. So this is me on top, and bringing some green products, energy, and so on, whatever, to this world, and also gender equality. This is two main objects that I'm following them in my life. So this is my story behind this tower.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, my tower is a progression of the same steps over and over again. Okay. It's beautiful, but it's lonely on top. I do better when I feel that things are in order around me. But this also leaves quite a lot of empty space, so please join.
Okay, so the thing I worry about is that I think my chief quality is focus and drive, and not accepting, not phoning it in. And I demand that of myself, I demand that of my students. I mean, I would have built a tunnel vision, but you specified a tower, so we have here the brain scan machine. And I'm worried that while I'm trying to do this, and I'm missing out, I'm not taking time to smell the flowers, and I'm missing out on opportunities to reinvent myself or to broaden my focus. Because I then have a problem, which is at the end of the tunnel, the connections are missing, endless wires, because in my field, things are very fragmented. So I keep trying to narrow things down and find one thing and move on, and also amidst the flowers, there's probably opportunities for growth and profit and
Great, thank you.
This flex represents diversity, which is what I want to research the most. Actually, I'm researching here, and I also have. So it's how I'm very curious as a person, and that is somehow transcribed here, and also I'm kind of in a platform and almost falling, because sometimes I got so involved in researching and etc. that I kind of almost fall into kind of a burnout state. Then I also have here some animals, because when I'm thinking about diversity, I don't only mean human diversity, and I'm very passionate for animals, and pig is actually my favorite animal, so, and that one reminds me of my cat, even because she's kind of destroying the tower somehow, so that's it. And this, this tower represents something that really makes me mad, which is how this human rights and diversity and research and more social justice-driven issues is always less important for the society than money, because here it's money, and that is it.
Okay, thank you. Next one.
Volunteers. I can go and finish the Portuguese. I'll explain it like this, so no worries. Okay, so what I designed was sort of a tower, but it's also a mechanism. It's like I'm a conductor on these moving parts, like it's someone that has feet, like a sword or a robot, and I'm surrounded by all this based in a lot of different fields. And we are made also of the connections we made with other persons and other persons that stay behind us and helping us move forward and forward. Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Hey.
No more questions.
Okay, so my power is quite simple, I should say, because I think that the most important thing is my background, which represents here, and it is the family and also by myself. Here is what it protects me, my family, and people who supports me. But anyway, I'm trying to reach my goals, and I'm climbing sometimes. But this represents that sometimes during the process of reaching something, I started not to be so brave and so on. And also I'm trying to keep the balance with my family and so on. So this is my expectations that I will find this balance.
The animal care?
The family.
The family,
support.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
The balance is gone.
Okay, so Lithuanian continues.
Okay.
When I started to build a tower, I was thinking about my life, and I was thinking that my life has a lot of curves, and it's quite rather colorful. And I'm doing various stuff, but I would like to have a project to slow the time. That this turtle represents that something which should be a bit slower. Here I see myself looking for new horizons, and for me it's quite important to be in connection with someone, but I had no chance to connect to this person. But yeah, into my mind it should be kind of connection with others. That's it.
Okay. To build your aspiration for the future. Not just a dream, what you want to succeed in, say, 2 years from now, most, 1 or 2 years from now. So I want to build something that will alter this model that represent your aim, your main target for the next 3 years.
I will help being a better person for other persons to be the better and to reach their goals. That's it.
Thank you.
That's why I put things closer. Needs more focus. I brought the other persons I want to work with came closer. They have a lot of ideas. They have a lot of ideas in the back, and also we are in the movement. This leg represents that everything is on the way, and still the idea to slow down at the same time to be more focused with colorful ideas, but to slow down the life in general. It's very important to me. That's it. And the main idea I brought from this that, things should get closer.
Okay.
This is just the picture. So this represents the peace and work-life balance. So that's what I need to have more in my life. And that is but which one? Okay, this represents the I want to bridge the because I recently have been trying to adjust my ambitions, and I've been thinking things happens, and I've decided that for me
the leadership role probably is not going up and higher on the organizational ladder. That is not what I want in my life. I'm not the best suited for anyway, being introverted. So I'm trying to kind of diversify on my interests and lead on those, instead of having the organizational mindset, having the personal goals to lead on. And I also think in recent years, I've been focusing a lot on teaching and research, and I haven't given enough to the community. So this represents my connection to the community and people, but I haven't decided that it could be either consultancy or charity work, but it could be both. So some kind of giving back. Thank you.
Okay, good.
I think I have a very colourful, multifaceted personality, which is the foundation of who I am as a person. And for me, cultures, so the flags for me represent cultures that are quite important for me. Yeah, so that's my tell in a nutshell.
A lion has a special meaning?
Yes, I'm very strong-headed and strong-willed and have strong convictions, and I'm not afraid to try and push them through.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Figure used to be here, looking down the tunnel, and everything was kind of closed off, but then the connections were missing. So now the figure is kicking away the barrier, and interestingly has more time to smell the flowers and find the connections. So what's happening here? In my view, there are two kinds of academics. Generalists who try to make themselves useful with everything, and then there's those people who have a very, very narrow academic focus. So, like, we have colleagues, and I think everybody has these colleagues in every university, and when you ask them, oh, hey, do you want to help out with this project or with this initiative? They say, no, that's not part of my research interest. They have a very narrow focus. And I think some people are good at being generalists, and other people are good at having an incredibly narrow focus. I think I'm the second kind. So I'm a narrow-focused person who's been trying to operate as a generalist. So before I was complaining that my focus was maybe too narrow, but ironically, I think the way out, the way to break out of that, is to narrow my focus even more. Because then I'll have time for self-care, smelling the flowers, finding new things.